we try to train you to read into the sources bit by bit, every semester, to develop your reading power. So once you get into semester 4, you read a lot for your preparing to write the dissertation. So here we're training you with a lot of thick Buddhist terminology. And with the Asian text, very hard to understand. Then come here, we're going to elaborate and we're going to discuss. You will understand much better. Okay, so there's no enemy between teacher and student. Okay, if we ask you to do something, not because we want you are part-time, because we want you to grow. No, you can't? Wait. Did you see that I direction? I don't mean there's no internet for me to look into this one. So I already post the PowerPoint of the introduction of Abhidhamma, right? Can you see it? Okay. And Abhidhamma here is the main text. So, Abhidhamma is the main text that we're going to use for the Buddhist psychology for this semester. Just a little bit review for the student just come back. Oh, welcome back, Robert. You have a good job.
I went on a pilgrimage to find myself. I'm pleased that you're teaching. I enjoyed your class.
That's okay. That's okay. You don't miss much though. So in the Abhidhamma, so this is the Abhidhamma Sangha. That's the Abhidhamma Sangha. Is the main text that we're going to learn about the Buddhist psychology. And I already said Abhidhamma Citta or Abhidhamma Kosha, that is the two texts belong to Mahayana. And Abhidhamma Citta and Abhidhamma Kosha belong to the Citta Matra or Vinyakti. So that's you will learn in third semester with Dr. Puja. And those who take will learn 8 consciousness and learn in the cognitive psychology in Buddhism. Whereas this Abhidhamma is general psychology that's learning about the basic interaction between the body and the mind. Okay? And correspondence of the body and the mind, or retro correspondence. Retro correspondence does mean that the mind affecting the body, retro respond back from the body to the mind. So that's the Abhidhamma that we go to learn, and the main text that we go to learn is Abhidhamma Sangha. Okay, so that is the main text, and this is the manual of Abhidhamma. So last week we already mentioned about true truth, and this true truth very different from the true truth of Nagarjuna teaching. The true truth according to Abhidhamma, the conventional truth is the truth that teaching related to the Buddha teaching in the Sutta, in the Nikaya. And the Sutta mentioned you are the person as a student need to respect the teacher like this. Or the teacher has to teach the student like this. So the Buddha laid out the scenario and teach mental factors or setting factors and rule. That is the material. And so this one, and then also Nibbana. Nibbana, okay? So this is the ultimate liberation. So these two belong to the psychological body. And this one belongs to the physical and physiological body. So last week we already go over the term to make you understand what is the psychological body and what is the physical and physiological body already, right? Physiological body does mean the internal process, the system, circular system, respiratory system, digestive system, balancing system, all those things is considered internal organ, so it's considered as a physiological body. The physical body does mean your external body, does mean how you express, how your voice is expressed, how you talk, what is your gesture, what is your posture, what you like. So that is considered as the physical body. So that's a brief review about the, and Abhidhamma covered all of this one. Okay? So that's why once you learn this Abhidhamma, you don't say that this is Hinayana or this is Mahayana. Because two disciplines is totally different. One is physiological, one is the psychology, and one is cognitive psychology. So a lot of people misunderstand that Mahayana Citta belongs to Mahayana and Abhidhamma is Hinayana. And because you don't understand this kind of learning, and then you say that Hinayana is Maha. It's from Hinayana to Maha. They both are all found in the Sutta. Okay? And I'm telling you, I already learned Citta 4 years. I learned Sanskrit and Tibetan study 4 years in undergraduate in Vietnam. And I also learned Citta as well. I know very well. But I don't want to cross the border to other teacher. Other teacher majoring in Mahayana teaching, and let them be. And I teach the Abhidhamma. But if you ask me about Citta, I also knew, because I already learned that in the 4 years in Mahayana Buddhism in Vietnam. So, understand this, you will appreciate that Buddhism not only counter something very thick Buddhist teaching, but it's very science. Very science. Okay. So now we're going to, last week we already learned the neuroscience. No, not neuroscience, the nervous system, right? So we already learned the nervous system. So who can tell me what is the nervous system that we have learned? Just for a quick review. You know the biology in PowerPoint slide 1 and PowerPoint biology 2. So we learned about the nervous system that is combining with the central nervous system and the spinal cord, right? So the students who haven't attended the class, please read, and if you don't understand, you can come and ask me. All right? So today we're going to carry on the next class. And also this nervous system divided into two. One is the central nervous system, and the second one is peripheral nervous system. And the peripheral nervous system is a group of neurons that transmit the information from the central nervous system to the rest of the body. Okay? So there are two kinds of nervous system. That is somatic nervous system. That is the involuntary action. Remember this. Involuntary action of the body. What are the involuntary action? Those are performed by heart, stomach, and liver, etc. And autonomous nervous system, that means it composed of two, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So sympathetic nervous system, that means when you heard something urgent, something dangerous, for example, say, the moment you say, earthquake, come, right? That's it, the sympathetic nervous system kick it in and then you act right away. When you step outside, oh, earthquake, and then you see the announcement, it's okay, it's only 4.0, everything is fine, and 10 outside, and you say, oh, good. That's when you start come back to the normal system that's called parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. Understand those two? Because this one related to Abhidhamma later on. I need to be doing this for you. Okay? So understand this one, and you will see that. And also need to understand what is the involuntary action. Okay? Involuntary somatic nervous system. You need to understand that in order to understand some localities later on. So now we just go over that for now, and then now we go back to the Abhidhamma, the vocabularies that I already assigned you to read. And so I already went over the two reality, right? Two truths. So two truths including the conventional truth and the ultimate truth. So now we want to go over some vocabularies that is in this citta. The first one we're going to learn the citta. Okay? This is the first part we're going to learn for the next few bits. So the citta is a consciousness, and that's including 89 citta. Okay, this 89 cittas, you need to learn about the what? Dhamma Vajra, right? And then Rupa Vajra. And three Arupa Vajra. And then four is Lokuttara, right? So these are the four spheres. So what is the Vajra and what is Dhamma? Dhamma. Huh? What is the Dhamma coming from? Have you read? Dhamma is what? It's a sensual being or related to sense. So when we talk about Dhamma, so this is related to the sensual sphere, okay? And Vajra, that's moving. So that means sphere. Okay? When you talk about Kama Loka, it's different. What is the difference between Loka and Vajra?
Loka is land.
World.
Real.
That means a habitat place, yeah, you're right. So that means when you're talking about cosmology, then you relate it to the sentient being, wherever they die, they will be born in a different habitat, right? That's local. But when you talk about Dhamma Vajra, so then you're talking about the sphere. And the sphere is not necessarily local. The sphere that the people who in the sensual pleasure belong to the sensual sphere can live in this loka as well. But even some divine also belong to loka as Dhamma loka as well. Okay, so we're talking about Dhamma Vajra, so that's when we're talking about the sensual sphere. So what is the sensual sphere? Dhamma is also mean that the desire, sensual desire. So sensual desire. So when you talk about sensual desire, that is associated with the six senses. Okay? body, and the mind. So when we talk about this, I already arranged why is already arranged in this way, right? I already said why is related to I, ear, nose, mouth, body, and mind. So it's according to the distance of the object, right? You can see further than you can hear the object. And whatever you can hear the object, it must be longer. The object of listening is much longer distance than the nose. You need a shorter system in order to smell, right? And then the smell is much longer than for the object for the tongue. You need to drop into the tongue. But the tongue is much considered to the body is much further because the body needs to direct contact. And then the body is still considered external and the mind is inside. So that's why the mind is the last one is considered internal. The rest of them require the external object. So that's how it's arranged in the Dhamma Vajra. So give me a sample. What do you see that a sensual desire? Give the example of a sensual desire. Do you miss Bhutanese food?
Yes.
There you go.
Even
Your tongue missing the spicy food. And then those Myanmar students, they like salty fish. Right? So they miss salty fish. They don't like salty fish. Vietnamese students always rice. Female is rice. Without rice, they cannot survive. Okay? So rice. No chapati. Rice. You're not Indian. Can you eat chapati every day? No, I don't think so. But Indian students can survive chapati every day. Am I right? Not to say we rice. Okay? So that is your habitual. You already accumulated in your body, and then you're missing the food for your tongue. And your body also adapt to the food that you since you was young already. Or you come here and you listen to Indian song. You miss the Bhutanese song. You know, you miss the Bhutanese song. You miss the Bhutanese dance to satisfy your eyes. You miss the cold weather, the hill station, the green. So I'm telling you, when I was in Vietnam for 4 years, and Vietnam back then doesn't have a lot of green because I live in the central city. There's no green. There's no, grass, green grass, beautiful. So when I got back to Canada every summer, I opened. The moment the airport opened the door, and I said, oh, so cool, so nice. And you know what? The weather is hot too in summer, but then I'm satisfied because I see the greenery, so green, so cool when you see the green. Especially where I'm coming from, Vancouver, so green, and then the hill station with the pine tree, so green. So I feel satisfied with my life. So that is also belong to the Dhamma Vajra. Understand that Dhamma Vajra? So not something that, out there. It's right here in this line. Rupa Vajra. That is the finest material. What are the finest material here? Finest material, think about this. From this material to the quantum physics, atom, subatom, neutron, electron, proton, all of this considered as the finest sphere. Okay, so that is the rim of the Rupa sphere. A Rupa does mean what? Does mean focus, right?
even atoms of subatoms don't exist. They are atoms.
Not existing.
It's just
is because of this wisdom. Okay, so that's why you will see that that's been, quantum physics has been elaborated in this field. And then we have Arupa Vajra, that's
Sorry.
the speed, yes.
Because I have a personal interest, number 2 and 3 is the subatomic particles, and the second one is the whole, yes? The difference between Rupa and Arupa, Rupa is a fine subatomic particle that everything is composed of. And Arupa is the manifestation in the form of the actual.
No, Arupa, and we haven't discussed about Arupa. Arupa is the formless, right?
Formless.
Formless. Has been negative, right? Rupa that means formless. That means no form or formless. But then what does the formless mean then? Concept.
Because for us, you go to the finest material.
Yes, yeah.
But once you can then say alpha. Even finest particle length is not here.
Arupa is more like concept. Concept. Okay, the sphere of concept. So that's why that is Arupa.
nội dung
Right? For example, if I see example,
concept
when I see you, when I see Dhamma theory and machine, then that is Dhamma Vajra, right? Okay. So this is one individual. So that belongs to the Dhamma Vajra because I use my eyes to see him. But if I open up his body, cut it, and dissect everything and all those particles inside of his body, that belongs to, and I see all this molecule, okay? And cells and all of those become Rupa, right?
thấy không
Now,
thấy không
if I miss him so much and I'm sitting and I contemplate about him, and then his picture in front of me, then what is that? Arupa. It's a concept. Understand the word Arupa, okay? So that's it means the image of that person, that means Arupa. Understand now? Okay. So, looking at the Vajra, that means transcendence. Transcendence, that means for the people who become Arahant or full fruit, then it's become to transcendence. But what is transcendence though? Huh? What does transcendence mean?
It means to move from one thing to the next.
Yes. So that's mean from either from this tree Vajra, and transform to this one. For example, Kama Vajra is the mean I see him. But then now I say, oh, anicca. This is just a panchakanda. Then I don't have the attachment, right? So then I bypass that rupa and I bypass this arupa. I don't receive anymore. I don't picture it anymore. So that's when I say, anicca. It's just a panchakanda. And let it go. Then I got the wisdom and free from that attachment. So that is considered transcendent. You're transcending from the idea to a different idea. So you got liberation from that. So it's considered Luktara Vajra.
So means you go beyond.
Beyond. Lukta and Utta has been beyond the sense of or the sphere. Lukta. So that's good? Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, then we move on to because in the first one you're going to learn about the 12 akusala, right? We're going to learn about the first 12 akusala citta. And akusala citta
Ủa, sao không biết gì mới không thấy được cái chụp này thấy này
you know the thing about it? It's not there. belong to the second scale. So then, if we want to learn this, we need to understand what is the Akushala. Why is it called Akushala? Before we learn Akushala, we need to understand what is Akushala. Akushala has a few meanings of it. And I already roughly go over it last week already. What is the Kushala? And Akushala.
Is it a negative karma that keeps you in samsara? Unwholesome karma.
Okay, and wholesome. But from the etymology, what is Akushala? Okay, so when we talk about Kushala or Akushala, we have to associate with what? With
Desire. Associated with desire.
So we have Kushala. Let's do that. So when we talk about Kushala and Akushala, it's associated with Kushala, that means skillful, wholesome, right? And I already mentioned last week, Kushala is coming from this quite a few words there. Kushala, that is mean what? Kush does mean shake, tremor, or cut off, right? And does mean, and then Sala, does mean something evil. So then you cut off evil. But Kush is also bad, and Sal does mean lie, right? So then it also mean to lie, does mean to cut off the bad as well. So reverse, when the Kusha, or we want to learn the Kush, that means negative. Then Sala become wholesome, that means cut. So depend on the words that how we break it up like from. If you break up Kush, that means negative, that means bad. But if we say Kusha, that means wholesome. Okay, so then if this is negative, then it's combined with Sala. Okay, so depend on what the etymology that you want to learn. You go to take. And then Kusha is also coming from the words of Kush grass, and I already said Kush grass is very beneficial, then you can make the asan, that means the seed. And then when you cut it at the fresh time, you have to be careful because the Kush grass can cut your body off. So that's why you have to be very skillful, and then you hold it on the top, and then you walk back. So in that sense, that means Kush not only mean wholesome, but it also mean skillful. Okay? The wholesome without skillful, that is not wholesome. For example, if someone tried to run away and then you saw a baby, a kid run by, and then another killer followed him, but then he lost, and then he said, "Do you see the baby?" That way. You think that is wholesome, but that's not skillful, so that's not considered wholesome, not considered Krishna. So Krishna, you say, then you either quiet or you say, "I don't." So then it's still wholesome and skillful. So that's considered a Krishna. So that's just part of the mind. But when you're talking about the body, Krishna also means healthy. Feeling good. Today I'm good. Then I say, "How are you doing?" I say, "Krishna." Okay, so that's means healthy as well. So that's, remember that when you learn about the Kush, it's not only at the mental factor, but it's also physical aspect as well. So when you learn that in Kushla, and connected to the Kama Vajra, this is in the Kama Vajra. So when we're talking about Kama Vajra, and you also connect to the Kushla here, so it's like he said, it's connected to three root of unwholesome and three root of wholesome. So there are 6 roots according to the Kama Vajra. The what? One? Lower? Lower, that means what? Three. Okay, so this is for the non-Bali students who need to learn English, right? Then number two, dosa. And this is the keyword. Okay? And then number three is what? No. That's me. Okay, so this is leading to the what? Leading to the this is the base, the root. Most of the people act based on these three roots. So remember, these are the root. So for the wholesome, there is a local, a dosa, and a mocha. So now a local doesn't mean not necessarily non-read, but what else? Read already. Not only non-read, but what else?
Generosity. Generosity.
Generosity. Okay? Then you have adosa. Not only non-evil, but it's also mean what?
Goodwill.
Goodwill. Okay? And then we have the thing, not only non-ignorance, but it's also mean wisdom. Okay? So those three. So when we learn that, try to understand this in depth. So when you go into the citta, then you can associate that to these vocabularies. Now we go into the 12 eight consciousness and wholesome. Okay? And before we go into the 12 unwholesome consciousness, then what is the definition of the consciousness? Again, review from last week. Awareness of knowing what? Object. Ramana citta cittam. That is the definition of citta. So consciousness just being aware of just know the object. Okay, so that is the definition of the citta, the consciousness. And like I already said, consciousness is just like a stream. But it can be wholesome or unwholesome. It depends on what the root is associated with. Okay? Sometimes you sit here and then you calm. But all of a sudden you think of something or someone you dislike, and you start feeling upset already. Okay? So that is the state of mind. You haven't contact, you haven't interacted with anything yet. You just think of it. Somehow it's arising you. The mood is somewhere that is already rising up, and you don't know. So that's why that is considered as depend on your stream consciousness associated with, then it's going to arise whether wholesome or unwholesome. Understand? So that's just a stream. So basically, consciousness just the awareness of the object, but depends on what is associate with, that is going to have the wholesome or unwholesome. Now, are you able to open the eight consciousness, unwholesome consciousness on your laptop? Right? So that's what is the somanasa samanatang, diti sata samadutang, sapayutang, asankarikang ekam. So now this is all the Pali, because some non-Pali student was here, so we're going to use the English one, okay? So the first consciousness and this is so much associated with you when you do the Vipassana meditation. You will see this very clearly when you do the meditation. The first one is what? One consciousness. One consciousness. And unprompted. Unprompted. Accompanied. Blood pressure. Connected with wrong view. So the second one is the same, but this one is accompanied, right? Am I right? Accompanied, blood pressure connected with wrong view. Number 3. One consciousness, unprompted. Accompanied by pressure, disconnected with wrong view. And then number 4 is one consciousness, prompted. Let's this go first. What do you understand about this? Give you an example. The first one. Okay? The first one here. When you're thinking about fishing, you're thinking of fishing is just a simple sport, right? Simple, normal, right? You say fishing is a sport. And then you feel having passion just for the thought of fishing in your mind. You're thinking that fishing is a sport, so let's go fishing. And the moment you fish, aha! Sound of fish! Happy with it, passion. So, one thought, that's mean unprompted. Unprompted, that's mean no one instigated you. Asankarikam. No one instigated you. The thought just come out. But the thought of fishing is a sport, is a what? Wrong view. The fish will go to the fish is just for the human to eat. Wrong view. Yes. So all of those one wrong way. No one instigating you. The second one is different. Second one, your friend say, let's go for fishing. It's just a sport. Let's go, having fun. Then you go and then you fish, and then you feel pleasure when you get the fish jumping around, and then you're happy with it. So someone instigating you, and you also have a wrong view with it. So that's me. What? Second one here. Prompted. You follow your helping you. It's just a simple spot. Okay? So that is the second example. The third example then, consciousness unprompted accompanied with pleasure and disconnected with the wrong view. You know the diabetic people? Diabetic people.
Yes.
Okay? They love sweet, I'm telling you. The moment they see pula, what's that pula? The sweet, the even sweet. Oh, they feel, the moment put into their mouth, it's delicious. Okay, so that is the sensual pleasure. Okay? But they don't disconnect it with the view. No view at all. They just crave to eat. Okay? So that is the, because of the extra sugar, right? This is nothing to do with the view of you. They're just craving to eat.
The compulsion.
They just do ordinarily. They don't consider this good view or bad view or good view or whatever. They just do it. Okay? And the first one that you just eat it. Just eat it. You say, no, after that eating. No, but just this one pull up doesn't hurt you, harm you. Eat it. Then you just eat. So you eat to you find it's pleasure. Okay? So then it has nothing to do with the view or wrong view. You just crave to eat. So that is the connection with this connection with the wrong view, and you just want to eat only. Understand those four so far? Okay. And then it's right there.